Hi everyone, this is Drew here, and we're going to go over Lesson 1, Simple Subject and Main Verb, or as I call it, Simple Subject and Simple Predicate. So just remember, in a simple sentence, there is one simple subject and there is one simple predicate. When we diagram a sentence, we start with the main line, which is this here, which is also called the sentence base, and we separate the subject from the predicate with this dividing line here. Here's an example a little lower. It says Charlie snores. Who or what is the sentence about? It's about Charlie, so that's our simple subject. What does Charlie do? He snores. That's the action, simple predicate. And so you'll notice right here we put the simple subject, and over here we put the simple predicate, and we do not use any punctuation in our diagram, such as the exclamation point that was right there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the first section. First section, the sentences are correct, but the diagrams are wrong. So the first sentence is cats purr. Who or what is this about? It's about cats. That's our simple subject. What do? They purr. That's our simple predicate. So, in fact, here they've messed up. They put the simple subject and the simple predicate in the wrong spots. So, over on this side over here, we have our sentence base. We're going to split it between subject and predicate. We're going to write down our simple subject on the sentence base and then our simple predicate. Then we're going to move on. 1B, chickens cluck. Well, this one, they at least have the simple subject and the simple predicate in the correct order, but their center line is incorrect. The center line must split the sentence base equally in half, like that, equal on top and bottom. So I need to put chickens as our simple subject, and I need to put cluck as our simple predicate. Later on, we'll realize that this line right here is actually for a direct object, and that's not in this lesson. Okay, down here, artists draw. Who or what is this about? It's about the artists. What do? They draw. That's our simple predicate. And in fact, here it's almost diagrammed correctly, but they're missing that center line. So I'm going to draw that to separate the subject and the predicate. Artists draw. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Helping verbs are diagrammed with the main verb on the right side of the vertical subject-predicate line. You can see here, we will sing. Who or what is that about? We. What will we do? We will sing. So these two words together, the helping verb, also known as a modal, functions as one grammatical unit. Okay, so it's two words, but it functions as one grammatical unit. In this case, it functions as the simple predicate. The simple subject can be a noun or a pronoun. Ben is a simple subject because that's who or what is the sentence is about. And what is Ben doing? Simple predicate. That's a noun. Ben's a noun. The simple predicate is the verb. But let's look at essentially the same sentence, but with a pronoun. He hiccuped. Who or what is it about? He, simple subject. What does he do? Hiccuped, simple predicate. So in diagramming, it's not so much about the part of speech, but it's how the word functions. In this case, the noun or the pronoun work as the simple subject. Okay, down here at part 2, it says fill in the diagram for each sentence. So the sentences are correct, and they give us our sentence bases over here. So I need you to identify the simple subject and the simple predicate. And remember, if there is a modal, aka a helping verb, you need to draw a box bracket and then SP above it to show that it functions as one unit. I'll do the first one with you. You can do B, C, and D on your own. Flowers grow. Who or what is this sentence about? It's about flowers, simple subject. What do? They grow, simple predicate. Okay, I'm going to divide my subject and predicate. flowers. I'm writing right on the line, and I capitalize flowers because that was the beginning of our sentence. Grow. Okay, you need to do, Emily should read. She sneezed. They had eaten. They had eaten. Okay, go ahead. Part 3 is always the most challenging. Even though this is the very first packet, Part 3 is pretty challenging because they provide you with a complete sentence base right here. You cannot add on to the sentence base. You can't add any modifiers or a prepositional phrase or even a direct object. You're not allowed to do that. So you need to make sure that you are coming up with a sentence that fits this, okay? And if you're having trouble doing that, look at previous parts of the packet. Earlier, we had a sentence that said, Charlie snores. Why don't you come up with another sentence that's similar to that and figure this out? So I'll give you an example. What if we say, Sarah smiles? So I'm going to put Sarah on the simple subject section. I'm going to put smiles on the simple predicate section, but now I need to make sure I write out the sentence. Sarah smiles. And remember to use punctuation because this is a sentence, and then go ahead and label your simple subject and your simple predicate. Come up with several more for B, C, and D. Okay, I'm on the last page. This is the back of the packet. It says, if the subject is a two-word name, or it could be more than 2 words, but it says two-word name, the whole name is diagrammed on the main line. So again, it's not about how many words, it's how the words function. So who or what is this first sentence about? It's about Uncle Fritz. So this whole thing together functions as one grammatical unit. It functions as the simple subject. What does he do? Well, he snores. Simple predicate. Notice how they put everything for the simple subject on that first line right there. Now the second sentence in their example says, Mrs. Anderson might go. Who or what is it about? It's about Mrs. Anderson. So we draw a bracket there, simple subject that functions together. What will she do? She might go. Again, here's a modal or a helping verb, might. It goes with that main verb, go. Together, they function as the simple predicate. So it's all diagrammed on the sentence baseline over here, and we still divide them in between to separate subject and predicate. Now down below, we have 4 sentences. All of them are grammatically correct, and we need to diagram over in this blank space over here. And there isn't any diagram frame provided, so you're going to have to do it 100% by yourself. In class, I asked students which one of these they wanted me to help them with, and they all pretty much voted for either B or D, boy or dog. In this example, in this video, I'm going to do 4D together with you. Who or what is this sentence about? Grandma Polly will visit. Who or what is this sentence about? Grandma Polly. So those 2 words together function as the simple subject. What is Grandma Polly doing in this? She will visit. Simple predicate. So now I've identified my simple subject and my simple predicate. I need to draw a horizontal line that serves as my sentence base. I'm going to write Grandma Polly. I'm capitalizing them. It's a proper noun. Now I'm going to split my subject and predicate, and then I'm going to write my simple predicate down, which is will visit. Okay, so that is our first lesson here. Make sure you get this taken care of and turned in. If you have any questions, please reach out to me.